What can surprise you about German-based multinational Henkel is that most of us are usually within arm's reach of one of its products without even knowing it. Specializing in home care, adhesives, technology and beauty care, Henkel's been in business for more than 140 years and employs 53,000 people worldwide. It knows a thing or two about moving with the times. I'm Andrew Wilson and I'm in Davos to speak to the team from Henkel. Sylvie Nicole, thanks very much indeed for joining us. First of all, Henkel's been around a long time. We can all agree on that. What's the secret to keeping such a big company relevant into the 21st century?
I would say it's probably about constant change, and that's what Henkel stands for. We have been around for many years because we were always able to change, to anticipate trends and to drive change for the company. That you can only do when you have a strong culture. For us, it was always key to anticipate, to come with new innovations, to make sure that we are always ahead of the trends. With that, we drive our employees with a strong foundation, strong culture, where we give them the opportunity to display what they can offer to the world, how they can make a difference. And that, I think, is in the DNA of Henkel, having this entrepreneurship spirit for years.
I mean, the challenge in that is engagement, of course, across the staff, and also dealing with all the diversity of skills and expertise that you must have for your vast range of products.
Yeah, for sure, engagement plays a big role. You can only operate so long if you operate sustainably, definitely. And for us, that has always been key. For Henkel, it's not a hype, it's not a trending. It's something which is there forever in the DNA of the company. We started actually already in '59 to do the first sustainability quality checks. And Konrad Henkel in '72 was already saying, you know, if companies who are only thinking about profit will have troubles in the future. So for us, it has always been there. By the way, the purpose of the company is creating sustainable value.
Tell me a bit about that sustainability, because it must be applicable in so many different ways across the sector.
It's a broad topic and it's a huge challenge. You need to be extremely structured, disciplined, to have a clear ambition, goals, to measure regularly and to communicate transparently. And that's what we do. For us, it's about being sustainable in all areas of responsibilities, environment for sure, and society. We want to create more value with less. That's our ambition. And in order to do that, we act along the entire value chain.
Does that work? I mean, that sounds quite ambitious.
Yeah, it is definitely, and we have defined for ourselves very ambitious goals towards 2030. We want to be 3 times more efficient in comparison to 2010. That means that every year we need to improve our efficiency by 5 to 7%. And that comes with very precise and concise goals. I can give you 2 examples. One clear goal is we want to become a climate positive company. And another one is that we want to transform completely our packaging strategy. To become climate positive, we need to reduce our CO2 emissions by 75% by 2030. And we need to source our electricity only from renewable sources. In order to transform our packaging strategy, we need to work extremely hard, especially when it comes to plastic. And here the ambition is shorter. It's by 2025, where we want to have all packagings recyclable, compostable, or reusable.
Now you have 2 parts of the organization, one could say B2B and B2C. How do you manage those 2 different priorities?
It's a very interesting question because that makes us very special and very unique on the market. We have all this consumer business, which is well known in the laundry area, in the beauty area. And for sure, we have our B2B business, which is probably less known, but also extremely important for us. Indeed, it's half of our business, 10 billions. I have to say that that makes us pretty unique and special on the market, and that makes us also extremely attractive for employees and for newcomers who want to drive their career within a company. Because when you join Henkel, you never know what you will do next. You have tons of opportunities to move from consumer to B2B business, from different functions or business opportunities and in different regions. So it's not only a huge advantage in terms of portfolio, but it's also extremely attractive for employees.
I have to say one thing that struck me looking into your company is that I didn't realize quite how close we are to a Henkel product wherever we go in our daily lives.
Yes, you are. Probably you have been using today or yesterday a lot of our products, washing your clothes, washing your teeth, taking a shower. These products are for sure well known and you can experience them directly. But in the adhesive business, it's much more hidden. Indeed, we develop a lot of technologies and solutions which are not directly visible for you. But we are, with our technologies, in your smartphones, for example. We are in furnitures, we are in shoes, in food packagings. We are also in cars or in planes. So indeed, you touch and experience Henkel every day in your daily life.
Let's talk a bit about expansion, about emerging markets. I mean, cultures are different wherever you go in the world. How ready are you to adapt to the different corporate cultures and expectations around the world?
We are indeed quite established in emerging markets. We do today 40% of our business in emerging markets, and we have 50% of our employees working in emerging markets. We have been learning a lot over the years on how to really develop the business in these markets and how to work with teams. And one of the key learning for us is that we need to develop strong teams locally. We need to have teams who really understand the markets, the business, but also the culture and how to work in an environment which might be different from other ones. And for sure, in our business, we also work with a lot of global customers and partners, especially in our B2B business, and they have global expectations, and that's why we work together anyway with global standards.
But it's important to make that distinction, isn't it, between expatriate staff running departments abroad and how much you actually give over the running of the business to the local staff or to indigenous employees?
Yeah, definitely. For us, developing local teams is key, as said, and it comes especially with some programs that we have developed where we allow people from the emerging countries, we enforce and we support them to come to our headquarters, for example, in Germany or to any other big countries in Europe. And we also send some people there. So it's for sure always a question of balance, having people going back and forth and learning from each other, developing with each other. But at the end of the day, it's about building strong local teams who know their markets and their culture far better than people in developing countries know.
So final thought then, with that long history that Henkel has, let's look ahead 20, let's look ahead 50 years. Where do you see Henkel and indeed your sector being in 50 years' time?
What I see is that the speed will not slow down, it will still be there, and innovation speed especially will further accelerate. Consumers will want more innovations, better innovations, more efficiency. But they will also want far more transparency than today on each and everything. I also believe that some topics which are very hot at the moment, like digitalization, will be completely part of the way we are doing business. Machines and humans will work hand in hand together. We will be, by this horizon, climate positive for sure. We will be championing the shift to a more circular economy, and we will make sure that all our employees are highly motivated by a purpose for the future.
Sylvie Nicole, great talking to you. Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you very much.